Welcome to the Zeffeldar Commodore 64 Assembly Language Programming Tutorial Series, Episode 5. In Episode 4, I covered creating a border for the program and adding in some color. In today's video, I cover adding a player character to the map and adding in movement detection. But before I get started, I wanted to show off my interview in Retro Gaming Magazine, issue 168. The interview is regarding my recently created video game, GPAC Dementia Defender. For those of you that are not aware, I created a Pac-Man style game for the Commodore 64. So let's check that out. Alright, this is Retro Gamer Magazine edition 168, and this is the version of the magazine that is featuring yours truly in a homebrew segment at the back. So let's take a look at that. I think it's near the back. So check it out. Homebrew Heroes. And yeah, there's my mug shot. Get that in focus. And so I got a little interview right here. They didn't use my real name. They didn't even ask me what my name was. I know it's a corny headshot. These are the questions they asked. I'd like to say thank you to RetroGamer.net magazine for your support, for the interview, and for the review. I appreciate it. I do have to apologize for the audio in this video tutorial. The keystrokes I didn't realize were too harsh, and I tried to adjust for that, and that's why the audio might sound a little wonky at times. Let's jump into it. Let's see where we left off from the last video. It's been quite a while, actually, for maybe a month or so. You can see we can move up, down, left, right. I think the next thing what I want to do is put a character on the screen and just have them on there like my mouse pointer and just make that the guy you move around. And to do that, let's draw up a new character in the character editor. And I'm not going to save this, I'm just going to clear this and start drawing something. This is where your creativity can come to life. That kind of looks good enough. I don't know. I could round the edges or something like that. And in order to export this out, we're going to go Character Set, Export to Preview. Make sure you select hex. You can use decimal if you want. Generate data only for modified characters is what I have selected. I'm going to hit OK. And copy this. You can just hit copy to keep clipboard also. And then don't save this. And let's bring it in. Oh, before I go too far, let's see. Let's paste it in here. Give it a character. Give it a name. But before I go any further, I want to start and create a new Zef6. So Control A, Control C, right click up on Assembly, add new file, Zef6. Paste that in right here, and then we'll leave kind of Zef5 untouched. Alright, so I have a Zef6. I'm going to take out the comments. Hit F5, make sure it compiles. Haven't done anything yet. Put it in there. Okay, so we have a player character, but we need to redefine him. So right up here, what we want to do is add another store command. And we got to determine what value to put in here. Now in the character editor, trying to determine which one of these characters to replace, I decided to go with the reverse @ sign. So the first character is the water. It's been redefined. I want to use the reverse @ which is 128 characters in. So you would think, well, 128 characters in, which is hex 80. So you think, oh, let's just make this 3080. So you want to go 128 times 8. Gives you 1024 or hex 400. So that's where you really have to change this to 3400. That's the redefined character for the reverse @ We can kind of put that here. And then we have to load a character. Load 128. So that redefines the reverse @ and then we have to put it on the screen. And just kind of looking around, what I determined the best place to put him on the screen right after this, before the delay. Load 128. Oops, I zoned out here. So we have 3400 here. What we want to do is load player character, X, and store it at 3400. And that will redefine that reverse @ key. The reverse @ key. So we've redefined the @ sign to be water, and we redefined the reverse @ key to be the player character. And so what I want to do now is put that player character on the screen. And I've already kind of was messing around with that. In the main program loop right here, we load a 128, store it, and on the screen, sort of halfway in the middle and then halfway up, thinking right there is close enough to the center. I have an even number of characters going up and down and an odd number of characters going across, so I can get a center for left and right, but then up and down I can't center it until I readjust the map, which I don't plan on doing. So I want to go with 54A, so position 54A, and D94A is the character color. I'm not going to save, so let's store it at 54A, and then let's load color in. Let's try 6 and store it at D94A. That one doesn't want to tab over. And F5 to compile. Why is that not working? D94A. What color do we want to use? Blue, yellow. I'm going to go with yellow. 7. Ah, yeah, that looks good. Kind of like that little guy. Now we need to do some sort of a hit detection, or not hit detection, but detection to make movement detection, so you can't move into the water or any non-allowed character spaces. So let's hit that up next. my concept is I'm just going to detect whatever this character position is, whatever that character position, up, down, left, or right, and then I'm going to have a list or of allowable characters, a little array, if you will, of characters that are allowed for you to move on to. And when you're this character here, then you're only allowed to walk on land, which is this colon would be the allowable character. So let's head into that. And I don't know where to put it, honestly. Right after the delay here. So the concept is you're going to pass down a variable. This thing is going to do a loop, some sort of a loop. And it's going to read off of an array of allowable characters. The first one is the colon, which off the top of my head, I don't know what number that is. I'll just make it 1, and then you end the array with a 0. So, I'm trying to think how to structure this. Some sort of a loop like LDY 0 CMP allowable characters comma Y branch if equal to 0 means you exit the loop, or branch if equal, which means it's allowed. You got to give this thing a name. Can move. Let's see, allowable characters. Compare it to 0. Branch if equal to not allowed. And so you do something like either load a 1 for not allowed and load a 0 for allowed, or vice versa. It just depends. I'm going to get rid of this loop here and make it allowed. I and Y. Compare Y to the number of characters down here, in this case 0, 1. It's through 0, 1, or a 2. Branch if not equal to inner loop. So just kind of loop around incrementing Y until you find the right character. If you load the allowable characters, you'll see if you compares to this, if it's equal to this 1 here, branch if equal to allowed. Compare it to a 0 means you got to the end of the loop, the end of the string array down here. If you hit that, then it's not allowed. And oh, we have to reverse these. Because when it breaks out of this loop, if it doesn't have a match, then it's not allowed. So if you're moving down the character that you have, the position, I need to write these down. The position is 572 that we need to load from to see what character it is. We're only going to do that one first, 572. I should probably save it. Before I do anything on the move down, I know I'm going to get some errors by adding stuff here, but load 572 JSR check can move. Branch if equal means branch if equal to 0. Yes, can move. Otherwise, we need to do some other stuff. But before we do the other stuff, I'm just going to do jump main loop, just to continue the program. And put this in. Let's see if it compiles. Okay, I have an invalid branch if equal to move right. Make this an underscore. We'll do something similar to this. Okay. I'm going to try to move down. Actually, that was up. Down. Oh, see, it's not letting me. Okay, because I didn't put what the character is. The colon there it is. Colon is 3A or 58. So let's go back down to the player can move. 3A. That's the only character I'm allowed to move on top of. Recompile. Went up. It won't let me move down. Now it's also not giving me a blocked message. So what I want to do, okay, so that's only in one direction I'm checking. Let's do the other direction, up. So up is the character right above the center of the screen is position 522. Let's go check. Move up is down here. This could be put in a macro, but for now we just want to get stuff working. 522. Yes, can move. Gotta put that. Basically skip it down here. Let's see if that compiles. Now I should be able to move everywhere, left and right, but not up and down. So now it's blocking me, but I can move left and right. But if I go up, I can't go into that, but I can hit right or left, but I can't go up or down. Okay. So now let's do the same. It's the same concept for left and right. And I'm just going to zip through that part, but bear with me. So the left side is 549 and 54B. 549 and 54B. That should do it. If it compiles, we're on a roll here. Okay. Okay, so now I'm stuck in this little island right here. Now the next thing I want to implement is I want to say blocked. I want it to say blocked when you hit these walls. Right now it's not saying anything. String blocked. Blocked. I think it has to be all uppercase, otherwise we get weird characters. See how we display these. Print text. Oh, there's a little macro. Okay. Let's call it. Let's do it only in one direction first. Oh. I'm pretty bold here. I can do all directions. Blocked. Down block. Oh, see, it's weird. Blocked. It only does it once. It only prints the character. You should scroll it down. There it goes. So why is it doing that? I think I gotta call another sub. Shift window. So it's one thing to print the text, but then you gotta shift it. I hate doing it like this, but I think what we're supposed to do is shift the window, then print the text. That's causing some weird issues if we don't do that in the right order. Okay, so that should do it. So now you can only move into defined areas. It's printing the text properly, up, down, left, and right. You put in the blocked. Can't go up or down right here, but I can go west or east. So I'm stuck on this little island. Okay, so that's the functionality I was expecting.